Hey guys, I have no idea what a Fritz sandwich is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Surprise, I wasn't going to come live today, but I've realised that going live is easier than trying to record it, put it all together and upload it. So there you go. And now so that's why I'm here. And I might be doing these more often actually now. Because my other software that I use to record myself is echoing back at me and it's peeing me off and I can't fix it. I don't know how to. Anyway, from yesterday's stream, I've got people asking me what a Fritz sandwich is. I have no idea what a Fritz sandwich is. Oh, dear. Okay, anyway, there's that. What else is going on? Oh, this is affecting everywhere. Trump is affecting everywhere right now. Okay, let's read this. Senator Babbitt said most people don't realise how much what's happening in America truly matters to Australia. The US is setting the tone for the next decade of Australian politics. Over the next 4 years, events in America will likely have a bigger impact on Australia than whichever effective leader, by virtue of the parliamentary system and lack of executive power, ends up as our next Prime Minister. Do you see it yet? Elon Musk said he's mad that Doge is dismantling the radical left shadow government in view of the public. This is our one chance to return power to the people from an unelected bureaucracy back to the democracy, and this is Chuck Schumer. Okay. And Senator Babbitt said you don't realise how much this is going to affect Australia. I see it. Meshi said, what do you mean influence? They are in it up to their ears. Old Soldier said several Australian organisations are involved with the United States Agency for International Development, primarily through the cooperation with the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, DFAT. Here are some key points based on available information. The Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, DFAT, is the primary Australian governmental body that interacts with USAID. They manage Australia's aid program, which was previously administered by the Australian Agency for International Development, USAID, before it was integrated into DFAT in 2014. The cooperation includes various memorandums of understanding, MOUs, for international development cooperation. Australian Council for International Development, ACFID, I've never heard of these things. This is a peak body for Australian non-government organisations, NGOs, involved in international development and humanitarian action. While not directly mentioned in partnership with USAID, ACFID's members often collaborate with international bodies like USAID through joint projects or initiatives. Australians non-governmental organisations accredited by DFAT for the Australian Non-Governmental Organisation Cooperation Program, ANCAP, could potentially collaborate with USAID on specific projects. These organisations work in various sectors like health, education and environmental protection, which align with USAID objectives. Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation, CSIRO, has been noted for its involvement in bilateral cooperation with the US National Science Foundation, which might extend to or be relevant in contexts involving USAID, particularly in areas like climate and clean energy research. Oh, let's hope so. Please go through it very quickly, Doge. Other government entities, specific initiatives or projects might involve other Australian government departments or agencies like the Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water, in areas of mutual interest such as clean energy, critical minerals and environmental stewardship. Academic and research institutions, universities and research institutions in Australia like the University of Newcastle and the Hunter Medical Research Institute have been partnering with organisations like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which collaborates with USAID, suggesting potential indirect involvement or shared interests. So I think they've got a lot of involvement, mate. A lot. The cooperation between these Australian entities and USAID is typically formalised through agreements, joint programs, or by participating in broader international development frameworks that both countries support. However, direct references to specific Australian organisations working on USAID-funded projects explicitly are less common, as the collaboration often happens through overarching governmental channels like DFAT. This information is based on web content and posts found on X, indicating a collaborative relationship focused on developmental goals, climate action and regional stability in areas like the Pacific and Mekong sub-region. Holy guacamole. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper. There was another post here that just updated. I tried to refresh it twice. It didn't come up. Why? It said the problem is that people are reading this as US aid. They should be reading it as you said. As in, you said this was for humanitarian causes, but you fuckers lied again. The lies, how deep do they go? Oh, wow. It's interesting. Craig Kelly said, can Albanese or Penny Wong explain why Australian taxpayers' money is being given to shadowy foreign group operating out of London? Okay, now we're doing London. And why won't the Liberals ask Albanese this question in question time? And why won't any journalist at the ABC or Nine ask this question? Because they don't want you to know. We need libertarians in federal parliament to be asking this question. Centre for Information Resilience. Are you funded by any governments? Yes, we've received grants from the UK government's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, the US State Department, USAID, and Australia's Department for Foreign Affairs and Trade. All funding was for specific projects related to our mission to investigate human rights abuses, war crimes and disinformation. Sure. Sure. Campbell Newman said, why are Australian taxpayers funding an organisation that supports censorship of the internet? Who let DFAT hand our money to a foreign NGO that's in cahoots with our e-safety commissioner? This sort of thing is the tip of the iceberg. Public servants in this country treat taxpayers with contempt, and the idea that savings can't be made without impacting on Australians' everyday life is a massive lie. No, it only impacts on their everyday life. You know, the money that's going into their pockets, that money. It's time for our politicians to say no to this largesse, get spending under control and cut our taxes. Why is USAID funding Nina Yankowicz's internet censorship program in London? If anyone can answer that, you're better than I am. No. I mean, I know why, really, but, because they're all working together. Okay, come on, bring this whole thing undone. I can't wait. Gunther Eagleman said, breaking, Trump just called for investigations to find out who's getting kickbacks from all the ludicrous money spent at USAID. Now you know why the Democrats are sweating. They know the hammer of justice is coming. Let's go. Okay, let's have a listen.
Elon Musk, thank you, sir. On Elon Musk, how often are you talking to him? And have there been ideas that he's brought to you that you've said, oh, no, wait a minute, this is going a little too far?
Well, many ideas, but look, he's done a great job. Look at all the fraud that he's found in this USAID. It's a disaster what the people, radical left lunatics, they have things that nobody would have even believed. The whole thing with $100 million spent on you-know-what, with money going to all sorts of groups that shouldn't deserve to get any money, with the money. I'd like to see what the kickbacks are. How much money has been kicked back? Who would spend that kind of money to some of the things that you read about and I read about and I see every night on the news and every morning when I read the papers? Who would spend money for that? I would say this. The people that got all that money, are they kicking it back to the people that gave it from government? No, that's, to me, very, very corrupt. The real question is, how much of a kickback has there been? And one of the things I want to investigate rapidly, because I've never seen anything to this.
Exactly. Come on, guys, come on. Because when they start digging into this, we're going to be affected as well. Come on, let's go. Okay, I didn't say hello to anyone. How you going, Conchega Yowie, Michelle Epp, Alex, J1, Pat, Deb. Okay, how you all going? Anyway, Joe Mate said, in case it isn't already obvious to most people on X in Australia, there's a social media war being waged right now. It's a war between decent, moral, upright and hard-working Australians and some extremely bad actors. In fact, they're fucking racists. Okay, I've put this in here for a reason, okay? These racists are hiding behind the cloak of free speech, trying to convince you they're earnest in their intentions for Australia. They're not. Here is one such example. He wants all coloured people removed from Australia. Now, you might say that's never going to happen, so just ignore him and move on. The trouble is, he's merely one of the many accounts spreading hateful messages like that on X. Oh, but hate speech is merely speech you hate. Does that make it okay? Do we really want to tolerate openly racist people in Australia just because free speech, bro? This person doesn't and never will. It's up to decent folks to do their bit to stamp this out. No. Do you know what? These people, these are our white supremacists in Australia. And if you've seen the videos that I've shown you, they look exactly like the Nazis in America. They're feds, man. This is a ploy. Okay? You have to let everyone speak. I don't care if they're racists. It's okay. Let them be racist. Okay? They show you who they are. What is happening here is this is a setup by the feds to bring in censorship into Australia. And this person does not understand this. Okay? That's what this person does not understand. This is being used so that people cry for censorship, then it comes back onto you. Do you understand? Like bleeding hearts and all. Fair enough. There are racists out there, guys. You will know who they are when they tell you, you know. Let them speak on social media, then you know who to stay away from. My goodness. No, it's not okay to do this. Anyway, sorry, I did like that. I'm going to unlike it because I don't like what they've said, because I do understand what's going on, and this is a setup. Ian Miles Chong said, do you remember the trendy Aragua gang members who took over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado? The ones the New York Times called a social media hoax that Trump fell for? Well, they were all arrested by ICE in a pre-dawn raid today. Well done. Scott Adams said, I hate that sleeping on this changed my opinion. First reaction, hell no, I hate everything about this. Current opinion, Trump just ended a perma-war between Hamas and Israel by informing them they will no longer have a common border, one way or another. It's not a bluff, but it will have the effect of sharpening the thinking of everyone in the region. I'd expect some frantic counteroffers. In his inimitable way, Trump is generating new options in a land that had none, and he's doing it by presenting himself as the common enemy to both sides. Here, I'm assuming Israel's government is choking on this idea too, which they are. If you look at Benjamin Netanyahu's face, the last thing I want is the USA owning Gaza, but if it's also the last thing all the countries in that region want, something productive could come out of this. George said, breaking, President Trump just announced the US will take over the Gaza Strip and will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. There is method in his madness. Let me tell you right now, there is. Okay? He knows what Israel does. He knows what the other side does. Okay? And if you look at Benjamin Netanyahu's face, if they will show it to you, he's not happy. He is not. He's trying to put that face on, but he is not happy. So let's see. Yep, here we go. No, yeah, okay. There's another post somewhere that actually shows you more of his face, and he is not happy. Okay, Melinda Richards said mandatory jail sentence laws introduced into Australian Parliament for hate speech. Here you go, see? This is what it does. Except if you're a Muslim, of course, then you're free to do and say whatever you want in Australia. There you go. Channel News Trees and Channel 17 just in time for Out to Lunch. How you going, Out to Lunch? How you going, Del? So Dan Scavino hits drop number 32 about the MSM being jailed as deep cover agents. And hours later, the headlines announced that MSNBC's Andrea Mitchell is stepping down after 17 years. Keck. Mitchell is on the list of the reporters and networks named in the WikiLeaks to have colluded with the DNC or Hillary campaign during the 2016 election cycle and was mentioned on the boards. Okay? These reporters and networks have been named in the WikiLeaks to have colluded with the DNC or Hillary campaign during the 2016 election cycle. Not even the MSM can hide, and rest assured some will be jailed as deep cover agents. Okay. I'm amazed that they get this out of the numbers of how long videos are or what the time of the day and date it is. Mike Benz said when a rogue cell at the CIA wants to do something dirty, but they don't think the president will approve, they can just walk right over to their friends at USAID, who can then run the op without presidential finding required for the CIA. Mike Benz said when it's too dirty for the CIA, you give it to the USAID. Wow. Proud Army Brat said Mitch McConnell just fell down the Senate stairs on his way out of the chamber again. Oh, wow. This snake says he will not be retiring a day early and will be staying in the Senate until his term ends in 2027. That's if he's not found to be corrupt and jailed between now and then. That'll add up to an 85-year-old 85-year-old with 42 years is no good trade a politician. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Look, if he keeps falling down, then he's on his way, right? But not. He might have to retire before then if he's found to be corrupt or like guilty of something like treason or something. I don't know, but you know, you'd have to be. Ryan Fournier said breaking 1,000 EPA employees were just notified they're hereby being terminated from the Environmental Protection Agency because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, protect the environment. No, they're not. Disclosed, how many trees do you go and knock down? Hey? How much land do you clear? We're not the ones doing it, hey? Disclosed TV said Justin Javier Miele, I don't know how to say his name, ordered Foreign Minister Gerardo Wertheim to withdraw Argentina from the World Health Organization. So there's another one down. Benny Johnson said breaking Attorney General Pam Bondi has ordered the Department of Justice to cut off all federal funding to sanctuary cities. It's a very powerful first move. That's not all she's called for. Hello, Epstein. Scott Adams, Trump's out-of-nowhere idea, American owning Gaza, is so provocative that you could miss how easily he made us think past the sale. I mean the real sale, not the one you're thinking. Trump just told the world the fate of Gaza is his decision. And we zip right past that sale to bitch about how much we hate the idea or love it. Now we're locked in that frame, uncritically accepting it as is his decision. And he made Netanyahu watch. We've never seen this level of skill. Reality is bending. There's method in his madness. Just bear with him. Like, watch what happens. Andrew Tate said, when COVID came, I saw the real pandemic plaguing the world, cowardice. Most of you are cowards and you know it. You wore the mask, resist the slave mind. It's just a wake-up call, really. That's why they call people cowards, to make them go, oh, you know, I'm not a coward. Well, hopefully next time people won't fall for it so easily, because a lot of people fell for it, unfortunately. I feel sorry for those people, but please learn from your mistakes and don't do it again. Says someone who has to make a mistake about 2 or 3 times to learn from it. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Australians versus the agenda. Just in, hate speech legislation set to pass the House of Representatives and Senate today with overwhelming bipartisan support from Labor and Liberal. Okay, that's what this white supremacist thing is helping them to do. Donald Trump posts from his Truth Social saying South Africa is confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. It is a bad situation that the radical left media doesn't want to so much as mention. A massive human rights violation at a minimum is happening for all to see. The United States won't stand for it, will act. Also, I'll be cutting off all future funding to South Africa until a full investigation of this situation has been completed. Go Trump, cut all the funding, that's it, stop the pay. And the USAID, and what have they got? Nothing. You play along or you go broke. Elon Musk, oh no. Retweeted Milo, by closing USAID, Trump and Musk have toppled the most gigantic global terror organisation in history. 45,000 mentions in WikiLeaks. There must be something there. Searching for USAID. There are 45,403 results in WikiLeaks. Okay? Just so you know. Okay. On the target. Hit the target. Bullseye. Okay, the opinionated black woman auntie said no more money for South Africa. President Trump is going to suspend funding to South Africa over its land expropriation bill, a.k.a. stealing from the white South African farmers. I say good. Okay, and this is an Aboriginal woman, right? Okay, Rosita Diaz said a leaked audio recording obtained by the Sydney Morning Herald reveals Anthony Albanese promising to return to his socialist left faction when his prime ministership ends, says Sky News host Sharry Markson. Albanese positioned himself as a centrist in order to win office. He insisted his radical days were a thing of the past, she said. But today's Sydney Morning Herald reports that Albanese told factional figures that when he's no longer Prime Minister, he will return to his left faction. It begs the question, who is the real Albanese? He's a far leftist, communist. He's been telling the public he's a centrist, yet he clearly harbours a deep conviction to the hard left. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's the real Albo. Sit down with Communist Party paper. That's the real Albo. Fabian. He is not a centrist, and he does not even act like a centrist. He acts like a far-left lunatic. Sorry. Brian Cates, political columnist and pundit, said every single Israeli cabinet member screaming for Netanyahu to resume the war to wipe out Hamas was just caught flat-footed by this joint announcement. CIA, MIC, ICS's forever war machine did not anticipate this. You're going to see panic in DC tomorrow like nothing you've ever seen before in your lifetime, as the implications of this sink in. Do you get what Trump just did? War machine. See ya. Bye-bye. Amuse said USAID, thanks to Trump's executive orders, USAID is losing funding for its DEI pet projects abroad. US taxpayers have bankrolled $70,000 for a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for transgender comic book in Peru, $1.5 million for an LGBT jobs program in Serbia, $2 million for sex change surgeries in Guatemala. Do you really think that that's going to where they say it's going? Nope. Straight in someone's pocket. Michael O'Keefe said, in your country, is each person a member of an NGO? Stunned UN officials laugh at how many NGOs operate in Ireland. Over 30,000. When the globalists at the UN think we have too many NGOs, that means we have big problems. Now, this is a African lady asking, and someone is translating, but it's pretty much what they said here, okay? And she's laughing at it. How many have you got in your country? And she's laughing at it. Michael O'Keefe said foreign millionaire Carl Sandhu purchased a hotel and apartments in Ireland. His company was registered in December. He has evicted the Irish families living in the apartments and confirmed his intention to convert them into migrant accommodation. So Australia's not the only one allowing this. Ireland is too. Come on. Get this USAID, and why do I think this is going to stop? Why do I think this is part of it as well? Real News Air, I don't know. I can't look. I'm Irish and I can't even pronounce it right. Shame on me. An African explains to her foreigner friends how to use Irish taxpayer money to help buy an apartment in Ireland. We're all working to pay for apartments for foreigners while we can't buy our own. Now, okay, please let me know if anyone can understand what this lady's saying. I couldn't understand a word of it.
Hi guys, so let me just answer this question because I'm getting lots of questions in my DMs, lots of questions in the comment section. People are asking me how I got my apartment, okay? So if you've not heard of the cost rental scheme, there is a scheme in Ireland called the cost rental scheme, and this particular scheme is where the government is actually building more houses to kind of curb the housing problem in the country, but also these apartments or houses are going for a subsidized price than what you would normally have gone for in the markets. Okay, so for example, if a 2-bed 2-bath is probably going for like 2,600 normally in the market, cost rental would put that for like 1,700 or 1,600 for a 2-bed 2-bath. Okay, this cost rental scheme rather is a thing with like lottery. Okay, you can apply like thousands of people could apply for it, but maybe they'll just pick only just hundreds of people. As long as you're eligible, and as long as you can afford it, and as long as your lottery ticket or number or application, whatever, is being picked, then I think you.
I know, I do understand her. Sorry. No, I do. I've got the earphones on now. I was listening on my phone before and I couldn't understand a word of it. It's in a lottery that you pick, and apparently they're building homes for Irish people, and these people are getting them. I don't know. That's what I got from that. But telling other people how to rip off a system, come on, man. We're getting that in Australia with Indians doing it. Michael O'Keefe said a Nigerian man came to Ireland illegally and ended up working in a nursing home. He then essayed a 73-year-old woman with dementia. I think of my mother when I think of things like this, and, mate, oh, you wouldn't want to be in front of me, mate. An investigation is ongoing because he's suspected of essaying between 21 and 300 other women in a nursing home. Jesus effing Christ. This is the reality of open borders. Emmanuel Adeniji, who was convicted of essaying a 73-year-old woman with Alzheimer's, has already been reported by the HSE to Angardia whatever that is, for the alleged essay and more essay of 21 other women who lived at the HSE-run nursing home. I can barely even talk. This is that upsetting. The HSC is preparing to resume that interview in the coming weeks on the recommendation of a second independent consultant, Jackie McElroy, who found the failure to complete the first was a missed opportunity. Far out. When he got caught the first time, why not deport? This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. It's upsetting me. I just think of my mother and, oh, my God. Oh, you don't even want to know what I'm thinking. Michael O'Keefe said depressing. Parts of Dublin have already been lost to immigration. African gangs hang around on the streets while all the Irish businesses have left the area and been replaced by African businesses. Unless immigration is stopped, this is Ireland's future. Wow. It sure has changed from when I lived there. Dear. How depressing. I can't imagine how the Irish feel living there right now. And oh my goodness. But I have a funny feeling that this USAID has a lot to do with this, and they've just run out of money. Or their money's been stopped. World Hall of Fun said, dear US taxpayers, just to let you know that while you struggle to pay your rent, educate your kids and have something for a rainy day, the Pentagon accidentally paid dictator Zelensky an extra $6.2 billion of your money. But it was an accounting error. Okay? That was an accounting error. Don't worry about that. Oh, yes, please hit the like button for me, guys. Appreciate that very much. Mike Lee said, name a fascist dictator whose agenda entailed limiting the size, cost and power of government. I'll wait. For anyone calling Trump a fascist dictator? When did the last dictator limit the size, cost and power of government? They normally expand it. Pure Blood said, panic in DC. Not one Democrat is bothered by this kind of government waste and abuse. A plastic cup? Yes, apparently they are worth $1,280 each. Are there gold flecks in that plastic cup? Even that wouldn't be worth that. Methinks some money laundering is going on. What about you? $1,280 for a plastic cup. Do you think money laundering is going on? Do you really think they're paying this much for a plastic cup? Or do you really think someone's pocketing this money? Holy shit. Don't worry, guys. I know it's depressing, but hey, look, hang in there because I think this USAID will unravel everything. And this is a video that we were talking about yesterday when they actually entered the building to try and stop Doge from doing anything, okay? Libs of TikTok said Democrats are desperately trying to access the USAID building. Look at the defeat on their faces. Okay, let's have a listen to what's being said.
Hi, Chris.
John Byer. Nice to meet you. Okay, so you are aware this agency is very busy currently, and they are not able to take a meeting currently. They advise that they will be in contact shortly, and that it's best to contact the Department of State at this time if you need any further comments.
Who is they?
The front office of the administrator.
So could I just ask, are you with AID?
I am.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for what you do.
Are the Doge people here? Are they in this building now?
We are 8 employees currently. That's all I know. I don't know specific who Doge is or any of that. I just know that 8 employees are here. Although, as you are all aware, it's in the press. Everybody's been asked to telework. There are select people here to provide services for the agency. So the rest of them are all telework.
Are you career?
I am. Are you?
Thank
You guys are career
you.
as well.
Yeah,
No,
thank you. Yeah.
We want to thank you for your service. So there's no opportunity to...
No, unfortunately, I don't control that. I'm just here to pass along the information. Thank you for coming, and I'm sure Department of State will be putting out more information shortly.
Are you the senior civil servant here?
No, I am not the senior civil servant.
Here
I have
today.
gray hair like
Today.
you. No, absolutely. Just gray hair. That's it. That's the senior part of me. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you
very
guys.
much.
I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep, we'll
Thank
see
you.
you soon.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ilhan Omar right there. Oh, she's disappointed. Look at the face on it. Her eyes even went wide at the end. Just look at this. Look at this. Watch her eyes, okay? As if she just realised what's going on. Holy shit, they're about to find out what we've been doing with that money. Oh dear. Liz Churchill said, "Don't let Bill trick you into believing he's the victim before the Epstein Island list is released." Bill Gates alleges that Jeffrey Epstein blackmailed and threatened him over an alleged affair. I don't think so, mate. Robbie Starbuck said Bill Gates says he can't understand why Elon is obsessing about this grooming thing in the UK. Bill was Epstein's close buddy, so I'm not shocked that he doesn't understand why a person would speak out against grooming gangs and rape. How evil. Ha ha. Bill Gates. Oh dear, I think he's a bit worried too. That's why he was at Mar-a-Lago sucking up Trump's ass. Sorry, but trying to get in on the government, you know. Dinesh D'Souza said, breaking, newly confirmed US Attorney General Pam Bondi is calling for the Epstein client list to be released to the public. This is what Americans want, expose the evil. Well, funnily enough, I believe that the USAID has links to that as well. I really think this is just like pull one little thread and the whole thing comes undone. Roseanne Barr said it's almost like the deep state and Democrats are in cahoots. Who would ever have believed this? Patrick Webb said breaking, 97% of all political contributions from USAID employees went to Democrat candidates, according to the Daily Wire. There you go. Interesting. Benny Johnson said, let me tell you a little secret about USAID. It's fake. USAID never built or did anything objectively good. It was just pure money laundering of your tax dollars into deep state left-wing activism to destabilise your country. USAID will be remembered as the largest fraud operation in human history. Trump and Elon stopped the crime. Watch who shrieks the loudest. They're the true criminals. It appears that Democrats and the deep state are more concerned about Elon Musk exposing their corruption than the corruption itself. Democrats will introduce Stop the Steal Act to target Musk's Doge. Oh, have fun, mate. Charlie Kirk says Doge has hacked the Matrix and the deep state is losing it. Their reign is over. Their grift and illegal activity is coming to an end. Now watch all of our, hey, vote this time. Vote, 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 vote. Because you know what they've been doing. You know how I explained in the last few days that it's a CIA front operation to overthrow governments around the world, right? Go and vote now. Go and watch what happens. Watch what happens. I reckon this is all going to swing right over now. You watch. The pendulum has swung. Elon Musk says this is a great line. Yeah, well, I didn't vote for Joe Biden's non-binary deep state theatre kids to get a blank check to give my tax dollars to fringe left-wing NGO slush funds for 4 years, but that's exactly what happened. This is out of this. Robert Sterling said, I didn't vote for Elon Musk and his autistic tech bros to get a line item veto on federal spending. And that's when he said, yeah, well, I didn't vote for Joe Biden's non-binary deep state theatre kids to get a blank check to give my tax dollars to fringe left NGO slush funds for years, but that's what happens. Elections have consequences, one of which being the President of the United States, the CEO of the executive branch, gets to make personal appointments across the I can't talk. The administrative state. Don't like it? You've got two options. Reduce the size, scope and power of the administrative state. I promise you'd garner bipartisan support and find willing allies across the political spectrum here. For some reason, though, Democrats don't seem to like this idea. Curious? Number 2, don't lose the election. Don't spend 4 years mismanaging the country and lying to the American people about the president's health, only to swap him out in the election for a weak, untested, unlikable candidate who wastes billions of dollars on the poorest run campaign in modern history. Either way, stop complaining about Elon. We did vote for this. We returned Trump to office with a strong mandate specifically to end this bullshit. If you don't like the means or the personal choices by which he's doing so, that's on you, not us. Because someone wrote, who are these little boys and why are they in charge of our money? They are sorting it out. They are the autists going through all the money. I think they're a bit worried here. I really, really do. Clandestine says, Schumer says Elon is taking away our dollars and taking everything we have, while Maxine Waters stands next to him. You mean your money? That's what you mean. The Dems are angry because Elon and Trump cut off the deep state from their power source, our tax dollars. Their panic confirms everything. They know they are being hunted. Treason. There you go. Freaking out a bit. Let's watch these ones freak out. Hang on, I want to see them freak out. Okay, let's go.
We cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people to secretly, behind closed doors, take away our privacy, take away our dollars, take away everything we have. We are going to fight this fight. I am going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. We will win. We will win. We will win.
Bunch of geriatrics. Sorry, guys. I'm not meaning to insult geriatrics, but like, are these all Democrats? Like politicians? Because it looks like it. They're all protesting. Roxanne Fernando said Trump is either pressuring the rich Arab states to offer an alternative to US presence in the area, or he legit wants to make the Gaza Strip great again as US-led development. Either way, the terrorists are experiencing the fuck around, find out stage of their actions. Oh, mate. Seriously. Clandestine said, all right, here's my take on Trump's announcement about the Gaza Strip. Trump points out how the last 100 years have been nothing but violence, and rather than continue this vicious cycle, Trump is exploring a more permanent plan for peace. The deep state thrive on instability and war. They like Israel and Palestine being in an endless state of conflict, so they can justify endless foreign aid for weapons, more money laundering, humanitarian aid, etc., which they launder. Oh, there you go, he said it. By finding a permanent solution for peace and bringing lasting stability to the region, the deep state are unable to operate. Trump also highlights how the main goal is to ultimately stop the killing. Perhaps the best thing for the people of Israel, Palestine, and the world is for those two nations to have some distance from each other, because clearly they cannot coexist peacefully. That's not to say I think Israel or Hamas are the good guys. I side with the innocent people on all sides, which I've said from the beginning. I feel sorry for the innocent people caught up in this shit, and simply wish for the slaughter to end. I think Israel is corrupt and oppressive to the Palestinians, yet Hamas committed heinous acts of terror. The only good guys in my eyes are the civilians who just want to live in peace. However, I'm not overly fond of the idea of forcing the Palestinian people away from their homeland, but I also do not have a better solution. The Palestinian people are being exterminated, Gaza's already a pile of rubble, and the Palestinians are essentially prisoners of an apartheid state. Something has to change. I'd argue moving the Israeli people might be a better idea, but I don't make the decisions. Also, this very well could be a Trump negotiation tactic to get the Islamic nations in the region to be more willing to come to the table. Similar to how Trump used tariffs as a negotiation tool. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Perhaps there's a lot that we do not know. In conclusion, I think Trump has proven to us he has a vision, a plan, he has good intentions, and he's set on destroying the deep state. And I mean, the man is literally purging the FBI, CIA, USAID, and Department of Education as we speak. Do I fully understand this plan for Gaza? Absolutely not. But I think Trump has earned the benefit of the doubt, and we should all wait to see how it plays out before declaring that the sky is falling. Exactly. And I'm not on anyone's side in this. I feel sorry for the innocent people in the middle. Amuse said the art of the deal. The entire We Own Gaza is a real-time negotiating tactic. You can see it on BB's face. Trump doesn't want Gaza, but he's shoring the narrative and changing the game. Watch the man's face. He's not happy. He can't do anything. He looks like he wants to say something, but he can't. This man is not happy. And if you can't, look at the dirty eyes he's given Trump until he looks forward, like side eye and, you know, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Oh, my God, what are you doing to me, mate? Like, seriously, how am I going to, oh, if I say anything, I'm going to look bad. Oh, no. Do you see his face? He doesn't look happy at all. Boca Vista said, art of the deal. Phase 1, Palestinians refuse to get rid of Hamas. No peace. Phase 2, Trump announces Palestinian relocation. Phase 3, Palestinians get rid of Hamas. Peace. Brilliant. Ah, there you go. Very, very interesting. Vivid said, I can't believe what I'm witnessing. It feels surreal. Trump and Netanyahu together, the US taking over Gaza. A promise to destroy Hamas and relocate Gazans, heavy sanctions on Iran, UNRWA defunding, possible annexation of Judea and Samaria, a dream come true. There you go. Yeah. Secretary Marco Rubio said Gaza must be free from Hamas. As POTUS shared today, the United States stands ready to lead and make Gaza beautiful again. Our pursuit is one of lasting peace in the region for all people. All people. Yep. Lisa said Labor housing plan announced to rebuild houses for Hamas instead of homes for Australians. Where are they going to build them? Because Gaza now belongs to the USA. I'm serious. I kid you not. Labor will send your tax dollars to the very people who invaded Israel on October 7th. And look, you're both doing it to each other, okay? Like, seriously. The government has decided to build new houses in Gaza. Meanwhile, 120,000 single mums with babies, people suffering with cancer, and thousands of elderly people here live in tents. As our stupid Prime Minister,
I'm certain that Australia will play a role, as we always do.
In rebuilding Gaza?
Yeah, absolutely, as we always do. You know, I'm appalled by the terrorist organisation that is Hamas and the atrocity that they committed on October 7.
While funding it.
But Palestinians have paid a very heavy price, including innocent Palestinians, for Hamas's atrocities and for the ensuing conflict.
And so have innocent Israelis, okay? They both have, both sides, okay? This man's a total wanker. What a wanker. I'm hoping this all stops. Laura Loomis said, "What the?" And also, if the USAID is funding our stupid, what do you call her? Fucking commissioner, the censorship one, right? Hopefully, she stops now. Hopefully, this stops. I mean, they're going to push hard until the very last minute, but hopefully the censorship might stop. Laura Loomis said, "What the fuck, Chuck?" Ooh. I said that before I even really read it. Okay. Screenshots from Luma Unleashed videos tonight of the pro-Hamas insurrection outside the White House that Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke at last night. Hamas is a terrorist organisation, yet they're speaking there. There you go. George said, breaking, the FBI just provided President Trump's Justice Department. I read that one. That was yesterday's news. So that's about it for today. Anyway, let's go on to the comments. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter when I do these so that we have news for every day. And not that we're going to run out of news by the look of it. Things are happening every day. And if you can, please hit the like button, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, we've got Conchega, Michelle. We have Alex, Pat, Deb, Conchega, Dell. Okay, Dell said, "G'day, my brothers and sisters of awareness, militia of minds." Exactly. Alex said, "Yes, a lot of it is to take more and more control, like with the online hate bill. I think the reason is they don't want anyone saying anything bad about them to get rid of them." Yeah, they don't want, look, they're already doing badly on social media, these politicians. They don't want anyone else bringing out any more truth about them. Otherwise, that's going to make them look even worse. J1, how you going? Pat said they are Nazis. They're carrying on from World War II. They just keep going. Out to lunch said, "We're watching." Conchega said, "The 7 kingdoms are closer than you think. China, Europe, Latin America, Oceania, USA, and Africa." Out to lunch said, "Love to you all." Alex said, "Same here in the UK. They're trying to pass a blasphemy law, but only for the Muslims. It's getting more and more dystopian." Yeah, I think this USAID thing, once they pull the thread, the rest of it's going to unravel. And that goes all the way to our hate speech commissioner. What's her name? The American lady. Yeah, that one. They're running out of money. They can't. How are they going to afford to do this now? That's what I want to know. Dell said, "Deb, good evening. Ma'am, tips hat and fires a 6-gun. Oh, well, the way to go, Dell. That's the way. Deb said, "Too many people believe the news outlets." They do. Look, honestly, don't fall for it again. Do not believe the news. Do not believe them. Dell said, "Shout the odds like a gangster, but you won't hold a gun. Poor kids fight their grubby oil, war, treason and evil." Pat said, "I hate politicians." Dell said, "You're either at the table or on the menu. 90% of all media owned by 90% with all the wealth should never have been allowed." Exactly. Deb said, "Now politicians is worse than car salesmen and insurance people." Conchega said, "Hot tip, get some physical silver as it's rumoured to go to $600 US an ounce, currently Australian $51. Wow. Dell said, "Anal easy, hard left." Yes, exactly. He is. He's as far left as you can get. He's a communist, man. He is. Conchega said, "Dell, in South Australia, we have 10 times the amount of oil than the Arab states. Yes, Australia is full of our own oil and gas, and yet we are not using it. We're selling it to China and Japan and everywhere for them to sell it back to us for much more. How does that make any sense at all?" Deb said, "See, no one was his friend, Albo." Deb said, wash, wash, wash straight out of our pocket." Exactly. They're going to wash that money right out of our pockets. Yep. Alex said, "Yes, they all seem corrupt, even if they start out with good intentions, Pat." Randy said, "Homemade veal parmesan for supper tonight." You know what I'm having? Veal schnitzels for dinner. Aren't they called Wiener schnitzels? Wiener Schnitzel? I don't know, but that's what I'm having for dinner. I'm going to crumb I've got veal out for tonight as well. I ordered a box from the Stockman Steaks. I made my own box and ordered it and got it delivered. And I have to say that the meat is unbelievable. That meat is the best meat I have ever tasted. I have had, because they, unfortunately, what they do is they freeze it. So your lamb, if you order 6 lamb chops, they come frozen together as 6 lamb chops, okay? So what I've had to do is for the last 3 nights I've been eating lamb chops, right? With mint sauce. And I have to use my mint sauce anyway, so it was good. But the lamb, oh my, the tenderness of the meat is unbelievable. Now for the next 2 nights, because I only got 2 veal steaks, not snakes, 2 veal steaks, I am eating veal for the next 2 nights. So that's how I have to eat for now until I organise something where I can separate my meat before it's frozen together. Okay, anyway, my mouth's starting to water already. Dell said how to rip the system up, but that's Stockman steaks though, honestly. If you can, just try buying 1 box of meat. I promise you, you will never want to go back. Whether you're forced to or not, it's a different matter. But I don't want to go back to eating the meat from even the butcher up the road. This is good meat. This is, my goodness, yum. Dell said how to rip off the system by numbers while them born there can't get a flat unless a leg or arm go missing. To be even on same points, disgraceful. Exactly. They're giving all the immigrants a lot more than they give your average citizen of your country. Okay, here in Australia, they set them up in a house, they give them furniture, they give them a car and a job if they want one, or they put them on benefits and the rest of Australia has to pay for it. Deb said, oh my God, Randy, she's drooling. Dell said, Hev, 1000%, bravo. Alex said, building more houses on our protected green belt because there's not enough room here. This could easily stay in France, safe country, but they can't get all the benefits in France. There you go. Conchega said, anyone on Telegram, as Pauline Hanson's been outed as trans with pics as well, and not the only one. Conchega, be careful of, I don't know, just be careful. I'm not saying she's not, I'm just saying be careful because there's a lot of, what do you call them? They're like photoshopped. You know, the ones like with Trump and Epstein and girls on his lap with the 2 long arms and, you know, that sort of stuff. Just be careful you're not looking at some kind of altered things. Anyway, I'm not disagreeing. Like, I'm not saying she isn't or is. I don't know. Randy said, hit like for Hev. Randy said, always like her, lol. Deb said, start demanding your money back. Yeah. Alex said, it's depressing and happening everywhere. There's obviously an agenda behind it. And think we've known what this is for a while. These tyrants need the votes because we've all had enough of them. Exactly. Randy said, grated, fresh grated parmesan. Oh, yum. Alex said, yes, money washing for sure. Also, if they don't spend the money, they won't get it in the next budget. Randy said, they make us poor. J1's laughing. Deb said, oh no, their nightmare is coming true. I love Trump. Alex said, I think we should. It's theft at the highest level, but they're all protected by their cronies in the so-called justice system, Deb. Deb said, oh my God, Randy, it sounds delicious. Deb said, sad face while laughing. Alex said, anyone says that child abuse and rape doesn't need investigating, needs their hard drives checked. Exactly, Alex. Randy said, the house of cards is crumbling. And Deb said, Trump's Jenga. Yes, pull one out, the whole thing falls. Okay? Alex said, I really hope so, Randy. Deb said, so you have crumble for dessert, Randy? Deb said, I hope you have enough for all of us, Randy. Deb said, oh my God, that's great, Hev. Randy said, chocolate pudding. Oh my God, yum. Alex said, if we don't pay tax, we get fined or prison time. If they don't pay tax, they get more money. Yeah, exactly. Deb said, sounds great, Randy. Deb said, poor Dems. Randy said, they're ending government to start NWO. Alex said, these weirdos are desperate. Sit down, Chuck. Pat said, silly old fart. Deb said, you will lose. Sorry, you already lost. Dealey, how you going? Hello, Hev and Chat. Deb said, you cannot bang your head on a wall forever. Conchega said, Randy, all governments were ended in 2008 due to 1942 Clearfield doctrines. Everyone's saying hello to Dealey, and Dealey's saying hello to everyone. Alex said there shouldn't be any war in the world. It's all been designed to keep the rich rich and regular people poor and controlled. Exactly. Deb said, red face much? Randy said, we live in abundance but are denied. Exactly. Exactly, Randy. You just hit the nail on the head there. Seriously, that is exactly right. We live in abundance, but we've been denied all these years. And that goes for every country. Even the Middle East, even Africa, even everywhere. It is everywhere. Deb said, Trump is for the world. Randy said, New World Order. Yeah, but a good one. Where am I? I'm here somewhere. Alex said, they don't care about the people. They only care about fulfilling their pockets. And Deb said, bullshit equals elbow. And shit equals, elbow too. So Donald Trump said, I'm going to speak to J.D. Vance tomorrow and get him fired, and I'm going to hire you as vice instead, Hev. Go for it, mate. Go for it. No, J.D. Vance will be all right, I reckon. I'd love to. I'd do whatever Trump tells me to do. Rightio. What do you want me to do now? I'm going to go and do it. Alex had rolled off the tongue. Fuck Chuck. Yeah, it did. Pat said, I've heard talk war all my life, 80 years, so sick of it. Oh, Pat, I hear you. I think I've heard in my 50 whatever years I am, I've heard it all my life too. I'm sick of it. I couldn't imagine 80 years of it, Pat. Randy said, thanks, Hev. Peace, love and tranquility to all. You too, Randy. Deb said, hello, Sir Donald Trump. And Alex is saying, hello, Sir Donald Trump. Sir Donald Trump said, I might make Australia the 51st state. How does that sound? Make Australia great again. Yep, if Sir Donald Trump, if you can do that. And put me in charge of Doge. Watch me go. Deb said, yes, it's called the Fourth Reich. Alex said, the earlier finish during the week would be better for my sleep pattern so I can still join it. There you go. Deb said, I'm in love with you, Sir Donald Trump. Randy said, veal schnitzel. Baby beef. Randy said, I like lamb. Deb's laughing. Deb said, I can live on lamb. Delay said, I've never tried lamb meat. Randy said, butterflied leg of lamb. Deb said, you forgot they have lots of children. Randy said, lobster. Oh, I'd love some lobster. I can't afford lobster. I did one Christmas. I treated myself because I was on my own, and I think someone donated to me. It was in the last few years, and I went and bought just this tiny little lobster thing. It wasn't a full lobster. It was like a tail, I think, and it wasn't that big. But I got my lobster, and yeah. Okay. Alex said, I thought veal was from a baby cow, not lamb. Yeah, no, it's from a baby cow. But I got lamb too. I got lamb chops, lamb mince, pork mince, keto mince I got. So with full fat, with fat in it, you know. What else did I get? Some steak and some chicken. And I think that was it. That was a lot of money, though, for what I got. But eating it, my God, was it worth it? It was worth it. It really was. Deb said, it doesn't change my support for Pauline. Randy said, yes, veal is cow. Yep. Dealey said, you're correct, Alex. Alex said, I've hardly ever cooked with lamb, but can be nice roasted if you get it right. Well, if you just, get lamb chops, right, either cutlets or they're loin chops, the little ones, the little tiny ones. And you fry them up, and then you pour mint sauce all over them. Oh, my God. It is beautiful. Mint lamb. Dealey said, I've been tempted to try lamb chops, but haven't yet. Well, look, they taste a bit gamey, you know, like they're... It has a unique flavour, lamb does. But in the right Cooked the right way, it is beautiful. D. Lee said, I've been tempted to try lamb chops but haven't yet. Oh, you've got to try them. You've got to get good ones, though, because I didn't realise how tough my lamb chops were until I had these ones and went, oh, holy cow. Literally, holy cow. No, lamb. Holy lamb. There you go, Shredder said, I love lamb chops cooked in gravy with veg, celery, carrots, diced onions, etc., along with Yorkshire puds, stewed apple and mashed potatoes. Not had this in a while as lamb chops are expensive now. Yeah, that's the problem. They are very expensive. D. Lee said, I heard the Dems are trying to get Trump impeached already. Good luck to them. There you go, Shredder said, hi, everyone. How you going? There you go, Shredder. Alex said, yeah, I thought so, Randy. I've gotten the name mixed up with venison before, which is deer, and nothing like beef or lamb. There you go. Randy said, love your laugh and giggles. Oh, thank you. I was embarrassed about my laugh my whole life, and then I just decided to love it. I don't know. Deb said, best laugh, our Hev. Alex said, that sounds lovely. I just made a slow cooker beef and veg stew with cheesy mash. There you go, Shredder. You can slow cook lamb too, Alex, and it ends up so tender that it falls off the bone. April, how you going? Trump pulled out the chair for Netanyahu. What a disappointment. No, he's showing him who's boss. That you do that to a woman, okay? Do you get it? Ego Shredder said, Hev has the kind of laugh that would stop a world war in its tracks and make it feel stupid for starting. Oh, God love ya. Oh, God love ya. Deb said, hello, April. Randy said, you should cook for us to watch and chat. Oh, yeah, I should. Ego Shredder said, minted lamb rocks. It does. Oh, yum. Deb said, you only eat the tail of the lobster, don't you? Randy said, the whole thing. Deb said, that's going to build you up healthy. Ego Shredder said, lamb used in shepherd's pie too, which is a favourite. Oh, yum. Randy said, claw, leg, all but brain. Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, I just got the tail. There were no legs on it. So there you go. There was no body. I didn't get a whole, like, lobster, you know? Alex said, I think I'd have to have the medallion type if I got lamb. The bones put me off. Fair enough. Randy said, I'll listen just to hear you laugh and giggle. Even better if it was from something I texted. There you go. Hang on, I got a tickle. Okay. D. Lee said that was my next question. How does lamb do in the slow cooker? Very, very good. What do they call lamb shanks in the slow cooker? Look that up, D. Lee. Look it up on the internet. D. Lee and Alex, look up lamb shanks and slow cooker. Yum. Randy said, love the family here. Ego Shredder said, slow cooked beef and veg stew. I have double helpings, thanks. Deb said, supermarket meat has been traumatised. Yeah, well, look, Deb, even like my butcher up the street, okay? I've been buying meat from them. I don't buy from the supermarket and haven't for a few years. But then I just ordered off Stockman Steaks, and the quality is another 50% better. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. From the butcher up the road to from the farm, the meat is 50% better. Alex said, yes, tender meat is lovely when it falls apart like butter. Yeah, exactly. Concheka said, carnivore diet eliminates diabetes, carbs, feed the parasites, as does sugar. When's the last time you dewormed your body? Your liver produces 80% of cholesterol. Deb said, best way to eat lamb in slow cooker. Randy said, got to go. See you all again. Love you all. Have a good one, Randy. Alex said, coming right up, Ego Shredder. D. Lee said, Deb, I'm traumatised by supermarket meat. Ego Shredder said, have a giggle, wiggle and jiggle with all your clothes on. You people, honestly. Deb said he gave him the best put you in your place every go Trump. Yeah, he did. He put Netanyahu in his place even by pulling the chair out for him, acting like he's a woman. Get it? Yeah. Dealey said, take care, Randy. Deb said, I want cooking show Hev. Well, I do have Hev's lifestyle, so I might start that up. I'll see how I go. Alex said, yes, I wanted to try lamb shanks as that falls off the bone and can just enjoy the meat. That's exactly it. You slow cook it. You end up just taking the meat, like the bone, pulling it out, and then eating the casserole that's left or the stew or soup that's left. It's beautiful. Conchega said, see ya, peeps. Catch you on the flip side. Alex said, take care. God bless. See you soon, Randy. Deb said, yes, take your cooking to a whole new dimension. Use lamb shanks for soups and stews. You'll never go back. Dealey said, take care, Conchega Yowie. Alex said, take care. God bless. See you soon, Yowie. Dealey said, I want to try lamb shank now too, Alex. There you go. You guys, definitely look it up on the internet. Look up recipes for lamb shanks in a slow cooker. It is beautiful. Okay, guys, with that, I'm going to go. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you. I'll be back tomorrow again. Okay, bye, guys.